In this series of video, I'll be showing you clips of people who died. They either went to heaven or they went to hell based on their lives and the choices they made. Then they were brought back to tell their story. Heaven is real, hell is real, and eternity is a very long time. If you like this kind of content, be sure to hit the like and subscribe. In my future videos, I'll be reacting to content like this.
Was what was presently controlling me in that environment, and nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered. And so that's why I'm sharing this, because I feel like people need to hear this stuff. And I feel like I've been the person that I've seen tons of these near-death experiences, or at least people with near-death experiences, or have testimonies on the website or on YouTube talking about how they experience hell. And again, it's when somebody is explaining it to you, I already understand that unless if this is meant for you to hear it, if somebody's explaining it to you, it does not do it justice to what it really is and how it really feels. It doesn't. So the greatest impact, unless there's really grace and God has grace and mercy over your life, for you to be able to really understand what somebody is saying, or for at least for what I'm saying and how I'm explaining it, because physically you're not able to even really touch that deep. So it would have to be a miracle for God to touch somebody's heart to come to an understanding of what it is I'm explaining. And so that's why I'm understand that. So that's why I'm not doing this for people to believe me. I'm doing this because I am in fear of my own record. I'm in fear of going and ended up in that place. I'm in fear of answering up to my life and what I'm doing in my life, in every single aspect of it, every part of it, every single aspect of it. I'm in fear. I'm in fear of my own thoughts. I'm in fear. I'm in fear, let alone because if it causes me to end up in that place, I'm in fear. And even if I'm not supposed to be in fear, I still feel some of the terror and some of the things. It's only been 2 days, so I'm still pretty much dealing with the feelings of all of it, you know, and the memory of it. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share this, man, for somebody who maybe wanted to stumbled across this video and they're.
And I like stuff that was edgy, you know, skiing, and I always liked aviation stuff, and so I started taking flying lessons. Then I thought it'd be more fun jumping out of airplanes, so I became a sport parachutist, and that really got me. I mean, I became obsessed with skydiving. It really consumed my life. My existence revolved around that 30 to 60 seconds in free fall and that 5-minute parachute ride. Then I had to do it again. It's like like a drug, you know.
It's
it's
good.
Like
an addiction.
Oh, totally. And then all of a sudden, one night, all that was going to change. Shortly after takeoff, I don't really recall much because I was kind of dozing off, sitting next to the pilot, or actually sitting on the floor next to the pilot. We removed the seats in this new aircraft, and I was awakened by a sound unfamiliar to me. It was the sound of the motor going completely silent.
Uh-oh.
And the pilot turned to me and he slapped me. He says, "That's it, we're going down." So we just pitched forward and we plummeted straight down at over 100 miles an hour. And what was seen out of the cockpit, and this was told to me, I don't recall this, but we were going straight to the ground and we're headed right towards a gigantic oak tree. We did hit that tree going, like I said, over 100 miles an hour, and my face stopped my body going 100 miles an hour. So then the airplane cartwheeled on its wings and slammed into the ground. If you see pictures of the aircraft, it doesn't look like anybody could survive this. So there was obviously injury and confusion, and the 2 students got pushed out the doorway and by one of my friends who was a very experienced jumper, and the 4th man out saw me moving, and the pilot assumed we were leaving too, and just as he was going out, the plane went up in flames, and as he was running away, he heard screaming and realized I was trapped inside along with the pilot. And this brave man who was my friend and went back in the plane and saw me trying to escape where the wing had been torn loose from the airplane. But I was stuck, but something on my equipment or my clothing was caught, and I was soaked with fuel, and it was on fire from head to toe.
Wow.
And just like you see in the movies, a person whose whole body was engulfed in flames. And this is where God did the first miracle. This man grabbed a hold of my parachute harness and with his bare hands tore that loose. That's 2,000 pounds tensile strength in each one of those straps.
Wow.
Pulled so hard he pulled his thumbs out of his sockets. Dragged me away from the plane and slapped the fire out. It kept reigniting, and he tried to go back for the pilot, and he couldn't. He was burned alive. Well, they rushed me off to the hospital. Obviously, it was horrible, and they rushed me off to the hospital and saw that I had sustained very serious injuries. I had a brain injury. I had burns over a large portion of my body. I had to find out my eye was blind, my right eye was blind. And, you know, tremendous cuts and, this shock of, that crash. I told my family I was going to die. I told my sister to come that day because I was not going to be there.